In a beautiful tradition of our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says that Prophet Dawud alayhi salam asked Allah, "O Allah, all the emperors possess treasure. Where is your treasure?" Allah replies Prophet Dawud and says, "My treasure is the heart of the believer." Ayatullah Ibrahim Amini, in his book Self-Building, explains that the heart of a believer continuously strives to move in Allah's direction through good moral conduct and righteous deeds. However, sometimes the heart of the believer gets contaminated with sin and it becomes diseased. The Qur'an tells us,
كلا بل ران على قلوبهم ما كانوا يكسبون.
Nay, their hearts have been rusted by what they have been earning. Imam Baqir alayhi salam explains this verse by saying, there is a white spot inside the heart of each believer. Once the believer commits a sin, a dark spot appears inside the heart. In case of persistence of sins, the dark spot increases, filling the entire heart with darkness. When this happens, the owner of such a heart never returns towards goodness. In other words, the deeds of such people have covered the polish of their hearts, and they cannot distinguish between truth and falsehood anymore. So how do we reverse this? In his book titled Glimpses from Nahjul Balagha, Ayatullah Mutahhari says, worship and remembrance of Allah removes the bad effects of sins, and this heart then becomes more attracted towards doing good deeds. It's a positive cycle. In Nahjul Balagha, for example, there is a sermon in which Imam Ali tells us, certainly, Salah removes sins like autumn strips leaves off from trees, and it liberates you from the rope of sin which is tied around your neck. What else is the medicine for the diseased hearts? Allah tells us in the Holy Qur'an,
يا أيها الناس قد جاءتكم موعظة من ربكم وشفاء لما في الصدور وهدى ورحمة للمؤمنين.
Mankind, there has certainly come to you an advice from your Lord, and a cure for what is in the chests, and a guidance and mercy for the faithful. Imam Ali, in Nahjul Balagha, he says, the Prophet was like a roaming physician who has set ready his ointments wherever the need arises for curing blind hearts. Therefore, cure the diseased heart with worship, remembrance of Allah, recitation of the Holy Qur'an, and following the teachings of the Ahlul Bayt